Anatoly, why don't you get to kind of your closing arguments? Maybe talk about the what you think the end game is going to be and how Solana fits there, and where you think the points of debate are or dissimilarities here, and just like close us out on the discussion so far. So you have the floor.
I mean, I think Solana's accomplished something really awesome. We have high average fees and low median fees. That means users can get very low access to the chain, fractions of a penny. I think L2s are still nowhere, like not even within 10x that. And the network makes sustainable revenues that can pay for all the hardware 10 times over. So like it's a miracle. Like as far as I'm concerned, like holy shit, there's enough money to be made here that these boxes are going to run forever. And access for users and like use cases that I care about, which is just selling products through stable coins, like selling stupid phones. That works. That's like I've like created something that is useful for people. And what Solana's goal is to maximize this Moore's law and Nielsen's law as far as they can go and optimize the network, because every time we do that, it's a benefit to the users, spreads get lower, latencies get better. All these things converge on just better outcomes for all the users. And hopefully it still remains financially like stable. So that's the vision, and it's very, very simple. There's no infinities there. It's just like the current release works well at 16 cores. Let's get it to work better at 32 cores.
And Anatoly, how does Ethereum fit in that kind of end state vision of what Solana is? Do these coexist? Does one become larger than the other? How do you think of that end game?
I have no clue, like if this like decentralized money thing, it might work. Like Bitcoin is worth $1 bajillion and it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, so yeah, network effects, TVL, all these things could matter, but it's not hard. Like, it's not something that I can like bet my work on, like that I would want to bet my career on. Like I want to build stuff that I know is going to work. So from my perspective, like the more L2s and networks and different environments there are for digital assets, the better, because the more that stuff exists, the easier it is for a price discovery engine that runs as fast as the speed of light allows to actually find product market fit. There's just more stuff to do price discovery on, right? Like, so please go build as many L2s as you can, build as many ultrasound monies as you can. Like, go forth. We're going to build a chain that runs as fast as physics allow, given, the hardware gods, like, and where they go.
Justin, what are your closing arguments on this whole discussion so far, and what is Ethereum's end game? Where does Solana fit in the picture here?
I mean, in hearing Anatoly give his closing argument, I think of Anatoly as a pure technologist. I am grateful for like all the technology that he has provided, but from my perspective, like blockchains are one of the most multidisciplinary kind of creatures that exist out there, and it's more than just about the technology. It's about the culture, it's about the mimetic forces, it's about economic forces, it's about network effects. It's about forces that are way larger than just pure technology. Anatoly is building open source software, coming up with new virtual machines, new new networking technologies. All of these things have little moat. They can be copied very easily, and they are in the process of being copied on Ethereum L2s today. What is difficult to copy are network effects, mimetic forces, brand, reputation. This is what will stand the test of time. And the network effects are so large that it makes it difficult to have an isolationist, policy. We want to build everything from scratch, not invented here. I don't want it. I want everything to be on my little Solana island, disconnected from reality. And that will mean that fundamentally you have headwinds, constant headwinds, and this is being reflected. One of the very interesting things is when you have an exotic island, you have exotic life forms that emerge. You have weird things like geobodens and dog with hats and all of these things. And, you can have circle jerking within this little island where everyone's like happy, worshiping these little images. But even Solana, which is like the primary place for meme coins, is still minuscule. look, Solana has tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of meme coins. If you take the sum of the market values of all the meme coins is about $10 billion. On Ethereum, you have one meme coin called Shiba Inu, which is $15 billion, a single meme coin. And this is where we see the distinction between quality and quantity. Anatoly and Solana is going in for quantity, and at the expense of all sorts of things that are more important in the grand scheme.
So just because I asked Anatoly the same question, I want to ask you the same question. So the end game for Ethereum, what does Solana look like? What does Ethereum look like? Is one larger than the other? How do you think this plays out, Justin?
Again, in the end game, I think it's winner take most. I think the network effects are extremely strong. And so there's, just like there's one internet, there's going to be one internet of value, right? There isn't, I mean, okay, maybe arguably there's like two internets. There's like the Chinese internet behind the firewall and other internets. But that is kind of a bit of an anomaly. Really, you can think of there being one big internet with massive network effects. And what I think will happen is that we're going to see, a flourishing of activity where the network effects reside and grow. And in order to have these healthy network effects, you need to have synchronous composition. You need to have shared security, and also you need to have shared economic bandwidth. The monetary premium is not just about economic security. It's also about economic bandwidth. The end game, for example, is to have decentralized stablecoins. How do you build decentralized stablecoins? Is by taking pristine collateral and issuing stablecoins out of that. In order to have trillions of dollars of over-collateralized stablecoins, we need trillions of dollars of pristine collateral. And so you can't discount the importance of mimetic value. And there's going to be strong network effects where these decentralized stablecoins are issued. And what I think will happen is that Ethereum is the most likely candidate of winning it all. Now you might ask, if the layer one landscape is winner take all, like how can you justify the Solana, $100 billion valuation? The way that I rationalize it is that there's a 1% chance, let's say, that Solana can become the internet of value. And that is enough, because there's a 1% chance that it 100x's from $100 billion to $10 trillion. And so that is a worthy bet to be making. But in 99% of the time, if you were to roll the dice of humanity and you run these parallel simulations, you're going to have a dominant network, the internet of value, that is going to eat everything up. And the lead that Ethereum has is so high that a little bit of technology that is easily copyable and that is being copied right now with the L2s is not going to be a sustainable moat.
If you enjoyed all of that, then you'll absolutely love the Bankless newsletter. Join over 300,000 fellow readers, all for free. Click below to sign up.